Hey, what's up guys? So today's video I'm going to be installing some new clutch levers for the 2019 Electric Glide Standard. So this is what I'm going to be installing today. It's just your basic black clutch levers. When I was looking for them online, I couldn't find a big selection. I don't know if it's because it's the hydraulic clutch that they didn't make very many different styles, or I wasn't looking right, or what the reason is. And with Harley going back to the cable clutch, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of designs coming out in the future. So for this install, you're going to need the clutch levers, of course, the brake lever, a pair of snap ring pliers, a ratchet, a T25 and a T27, and a torque wrench. The torque specs are 35 to 45, I do believe. Might want to confirm that for yourself. Hey, so real quick before we get into this video, I noticed some things I didn't like when I was editing. Lighting, my ability to position the camera certain places. I was going to just start all over, throw it away, but then I realized there's other YouTubers out there that may be struggling. If it helps for them to see my struggles and how I can improve them, it also helps me to be able to go back and watch and see my improvements. I have a lot of things that I plan on doing to this bike. I plan on blacking out the entire bike, so I have a lot of install videos coming up. I've ordered a lot of lighting and camera gear, so hopefully the next videos will be a whole lot better. So I'm going to start with the brake side. It's the more difficult side. Hopefully you can see there's a retaining clip right there that you got to get off. That'll be the first step. Take off these two front bolts. These will be the T25 bolts. It's a good idea to check these every once in a while, because that bottom one was really loose. The next thing I'll be doing is removing this top bolt here, this bottom bolt here. That is your T27 bolts. So once you get the retaining ring out, get the front two bolts and the back two bolts loose. Go ahead and remove your pivot pin. Once you do that, the back housing will come right off, and you'll be able to pull the old clutch lever right off of there. Now, I did forget to mention when I went over the parts, but I do put a little bit of grease. It's just regular all-purpose grease. I don't use a whole lot, but now that you have that, you can slide your new clutch lever in place. definitely want to make sure that the back of your switch housing goes back over top of your throttle lever. So what I like to do at this point, once I get everything just hand tight, get it snug but it'll still move. Go ahead and set on the bike. That way if your control housing needs to come up or down, go ahead and get comfortable where you want it. And once you have that, go ahead and torque these down. You want to recheck your throttle. Make sure it snaps back, you didn't get anything bound up or anything. Check your lever. That's it. Alright, so once you get the retaining clip, you can just pull the pivot pin. Try to do this without dropping it. And I dropped it. And this will just fall right out. Pretty simple. It's kind of like a little master cylinder in there. Kind of reminds you of an old jet valve, but I don't know if you can see that. But just want to make sure that that little valve right there, it rods into this little slot here. Just make sure you get that in there. It'd be hard not to. There's not a whole lot of places it could go. And then once you get that in there, you just push this clip back in. Once you get your pivot pin in, you can go ahead and install your snap ring. Once you get your snap ring installed, I like to push up on it, make sure it's going to hold. Once you do that, install's complete.